Hello, my friends. Welcome to Let's Talk, produced by Wise Mindly Inc. I'm your host, Coach Che Marville. In this space, we dive into transformative conversations that hopefully inspire you to grow, heal, and have a deeper connection to yourself and to the world around you. So let's talk, let's connect, let's grow together. Guys, welcome to Let's Talk. Today I have the most delightful guest, friend, companion on the road of well-being and evolving and longevity, Holly Short. She is a woman who has turned being resilient into curriculum. She's made it into a business. She's made it into a community. She has gone from the fashion industry and burnout to building a holistic business that's about your gut health, about aging well, about Pilates and yoga and bar. She is a certified nutritional coach. Listen, I mean, the list of things that she has that contribute to making the community of men and women, but especially women, grow into health is abundant. She's also someone who I've known for over a decade, and I love having coffee with her. I don't have coffee with her enough. Holly Short, welcome to Let's Talk.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh my goodness. Like, you're not living far from here. Like, you were able to get here easily. Yeah.
Super easy. Right down the street.
What's going on?
What isn't going on?
Tell me.
How about that?
Tell me, because it's 2025, September. I feel like September is the new January.
Preach.
January used to be the time when everybody goes back to the gym and starts to think about their beach body, and they're thinking about their health and, you know, being stronger. But now we do it in September. Mm-hmm. So this must be a busy, crazy time for you.
It is busy. And if I actually, what I do, I've been working with women and speaking so much into this that we don't have to wait until December, January, September. And I was exceptionally busy this entire summer when people are like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. No, working with amazing women who want to feel better in their bodies right away so that they don't have to have something else to do in September, in January, whatever the case is. Like, start feeling better now. Why do you need to wait 2 months from now?
No, exactly.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
With some small tweaks, because we all think we have to do everything so big and grand and like, oh, I don't think I can do that. But what if we just picked one thing and we just work on that one thing and we get to master that, and then we just keep adding on, and then all of that compounds into coming into September and already feeling better and not needing to do the next whatever diet or you know, things that come up.
Fad.
We don't love fads.
Why are you doing this? Like, why do you do this work? How did you move from being in the fashion industry to becoming a holistic coach?
I have always loved everything fitness. Back with like Oxygen magazine back in the days, you know, I loved all of that. Became a personal trainer when I was in my 20s, but was already in the fashion industry. And that was a very fast-paced industry with a lot of stress, a lot of late nights, a lot of yelling, a lot of like, it really made me realize, like I used to say, I'm not curing a disease by making sure this poncho is in the right color that's going to sell next to the Gap. So what else can we do? I was blessed and got pregnant at 38. And I knew that once I got pregnant, I'm like, I am not going back. I loved everything about my fashion career, the people, the travels, everything. It was beautiful. But I was so stressed out.
You were exhausted. You were in burnout.
I was in burnout, but didn't know I was in burnout. I was always bloated. I was always tired. I was always all of the things. And I'm like, oh, I just need to do another diet. I just need to lose those 5 pounds. I didn't need to lose any weight. I needed to go to bed.
Yeah.
I needed to take some magnesium, take lunch, go for a walk, get some sun on my face. Don't be Dracula. I need to do these simple things to get my body back feeling safe. And so I was able to do that. And it wasn't an overnight thing. It's been years, but all of those baby steps have all compounded into this now and how I'm feeling. And I just know, especially now I'm 53 and I'm in that beautiful world of perimenopause. And I think it's a beautiful world. I see all the memes out there about all the crap that menopause and perimenopause is, but this is a time that we get to be empowered, like almost reinvent ourselves.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I know you and I are on the same page when it comes to this.
I'm 54 and I love it.
Ditto.
The last 5 years though were, I mean, the first couple years were a bit of hell. I say, I suffered from the 3 Ps. So it was the pandemic.
Right.
It was perimenopause on steroids. And profit. I was in search of profit.
Yeah.
So, and perimenopause made me, and I'm still, in it. I think we're coming to the end. I think, but perimenopause made me get really grounded and real about who I am and about fighting for my life and what I needed. And I don't agree with most of what's being said in the media about perimenopause. I think it's a rebirth. I think it is a kind of like really aggressive asking of what do you need? And the first thing you need is your body and your mind to be well. And I think it's exciting what you're doing, because you kind of built this business, but also like this holistic curriculum around movement and paying attention to your gut and your nutrition. Like, how did you get from this, place of I'm in burnout, I need to heal myself, but now I'm gonna go take it out into the world?
I had an opportunity to meet my mentor and someone that I worked with about 5 years ago, because it was like, okay, I'm going to do another diet. I'm going to lose this baby fat. I'm going to whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do all the things. And so he took me through a 5-step assessment, and I'm like, oh, something's wrong with my gut.
Interesting.
Oh, my hormones aren't, and I don't like to say balance because there's no such thing in balance in this world, but my hormones were a little wonky wonk.
Really?
Yeah. But I would not have known that. It's a word, trademark it. I would not have known that I had a gut problem without knowing and doing this 5-step assessment, which then I learned this, trained under this gentleman, was able to heal myself, but healing is lifelong, right? So
Yes.
we get to address one area, because I wasn't broken and I didn't need to be fixed. None of us do, but we get to have an awareness of, oh, I don't need to cut out carbs and fat and this and that. And then in 5 days, what do? Oh, I go back and I eat all of it again. And so now I'm back to being inflamed. Once you get to learn where your body currently is, because my then late 40-year-old body was very different from my 20-year-old body.
Of course.
And I was still living in I'll just do this for the weekend. I'll just do this. And then I'll do, and that doesn't work anymore.
No.
And so when I realized how I could heal myself, I'm like, well, how does everyone not know this? I used to say this to him all the time. I'm like, Ken, how do people not know this?
So what is it? What did you learn? What is the 5-step?
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Sit down.
I feel like I have to stand up. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
Give it to me, babe.
we go through an intake form, and on that intake form, we're looking at different things. We're looking at weight. We're looking at your energy. We're looking at digestion.
Yeah.
We're looking at your mood. We're looking at your movement. We're looking at your stress, and we're looking at your sleep. Okay, so already that's 6 more steps outside of just weight. Okay. And then you look at your digestion, and we get to go through and see, okay, where am I being disrupted at the moment? Most people have leaky gut. Most people have a liver that's not as functional as it should be. Because we're stressed out. We have some toxins.
How do you guys know this though? Because okay, first of all, what's a leaky gut?
A leaky gut is when, quite literally, the membranes got little holes in them, and then the food leaks out.
Okay.
And so sometimes if you turn around and you look in the toilet, because I'm a big fan of talking about poop.
Yes.
I am
yes.
one with the poop world.
Well, also because we, are yogis, and
Yes.
one of the things maybe many people don't know about yoga is that it's got a whole other science that has nothing to do with movement or meditation, Ayurvedic medicine, and it is about looking at, what your body is secreting, including how you defecate.
Exactly.
So,
it gives us so much information. So much information. So then you get to, and everybody is in a different place with their gut. I don't know if you have leaky gut. I don't know if your liver is a lytic Beautiful. Perfect. I don't know those things, but I did these steps to see, okay, what is my body telling me? It's like getting a questionnaire, and that questionnaire is like, do you do this? You're like, oh yeah, I do. Oh, you mean that might be tied to my gut?
Right.
Oh, that might be tied to because I might be insulin resistant. Oh my God, really? So I don't just have to remove eggs and chocolate. And you know what I mean? So it's like, and then we get to go through to figure out what is the way that your body is meant to eat.
Yes, yes.
There's a few different, what it's called primal patterning. So some people are a protein, some people are a mix, some people are a carb. When you get to learn about that, you're like, oh, so I do better with a darker cut meat at dinner to support my sleep, which then when I support my sleep, now I'm supporting my healing and my growth hormone. And then I wake up in the morning and my metabolism is firing and I'm hungry now.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Wow.
And then we do a couple of tests just using a temperature, like do a temperature test.
Yes.
So we get to test your metabolism. We get to test your thyroid, but without sending you to go do an expensive test. These are things that you can do from home.
Yes.
Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And that's it.
So these are like really questions that you should be asking yourself continually as you evolve as a human being.
Yes, but we're not realizing that in perimenopause, if so, even take it back further, in when we're younger, we get our periods.
Yes.
Okay. And then sometimes periods can get really painful and heavy, and we don't really understand. We're just told that's okay. That's just how it is to be a woman.
Yes. Yeah.
So usually if our periods are either irregular or heavy or painful, that already tells us perimenopause is going to be a little bit more challenging for you. So what can we do? So now what can we do? We can start to remove inflammatory foods, because our body, when it's inflamed, if you put your hand over a hot stove and you touch it, you take your hand away.
Yes.
When our body is constantly inflamed, that's you putting your hand on that hot stove and hanging out there.
Constantly.
Hanging out there, never removing your hand. That's what most people's bodies are living in right now. From the way they eat, from skipping meals, from eating too much, from too much takeout. People think they eat healthy, but they don't really eat at all.
No.
From not moving, from moving too much, from being in a dark room, never getting the sun on their eyes, from being covered up too much.
Yes.
Stressful family, stressful job, stressful kids, just any type of stress. Chronic stress comes in all the areas. It's not just stress of a job, family, kids. Stress is in all the areas of our life. And then lifestyle-wise, how do we now mitigate that? We don't get to be stress-free.
Of course.
But we have to have moments of, you have it inside you already. Could you take 5 breaths? Yes, you could.
I really like this because it's also about this sort of informed and responsive discourse with yourself. So you're constantly, like you're gathering information continually, which I think actually it's so interesting that you brought up the menstrual cycle for young people, because that's actually when we should start these conversations with our body. We should start paying attention then, because it gives you this this sort of lineage of what to expect even later, right?
Exactly, because things don't. When I work with someone, they're like, all of a sudden, I put on 20 pounds I can't get rid of. All of a sudden, I can't sleep anymore. It's not all of a sudden. These bodies are incredible, and they've been whispering to us for a long time. And until they're yelling and they're banging on the door, which now you're probably at a doctor.
Yes.
And then maybe still not getting the answers that you need. Now it's really bad. So instead of waiting to the place where it's really bad, like we get to do, it's sometimes the most simple things are the hardest things. Like, I want you to chew your food 20 to 30 times. I know. The hardest thing, yet the easiest thing you will ever do. It's free.
Yeah.
You get to be present because your body in rest and digest, eating, rest and digest, taking a breath, rest and digest, right? We have that already within us. It is this retraining that as women in this mid stage of our life, even younger, but most certainly right now, because it's very prominent right now. Everybody wanting to, everyone's going through perimenopause or menopause, it seems right now, right?
It seems
it seems that way, but we get to do things in terms of like, we don't have to go fast. Just take a breath before you eat. I just need you to do that for a week.
You see, I think, with feminism and the women's movement, and I think like we are the inheritors of the third generation of feminism. It was about equality and politics and work and freedom of being able to look after your body, make decisions about your body, but it was always adapting to the world that already exists. And the world that already existed is very much designed around a certain male perspective about how you see everything, including how you see the body. And I think what's exciting also about this new generation of women who are speaking about perimenopause and talking about their bodies is that actually we never really touched this in feminism. We never talked about the impact of taking on the stress of the world, what it does to our biological bodies, which is different. So this is why, I think there are so many people like us who are these sort of unique practitioners bringing the physical and the social and the mental together and saying, hey, you have to pay attention to all these things to restructure the mind and the body in women, and it's different for each of us.
There it is right there. It is different for each of us. What worked for you will be different for me, will be different for your daughter, for my daughter.
Yes.
But we have to be willing to take ownership of us wanting to feel better and not be like, I know I can feel better in 5 days from 20, 30, 40 years ago. It's like, what do I need to do now? Could I slow down for just a moment? I'm used to going fast and getting everything done. But what if I could just start to slow down? And once that nervous system starts to regulate, when your body starts to feel safe, when she's not safe, it doesn't matter how healthy you're eating, how much you're working out, what organic skincare you're wearing. It doesn't matter. The body has to feel safe. And that comes from within. And,
Yes.
and I say the word holistically because we don't need a lot of the outside things. We get to focus on nutrition.
Yeah.
We get to focus on movement. Walking. Walking is the most beautiful, underrated thing in the entire world. You don't even need a vest to go for a walk. But if you want to, absolutely grab one. You get to read and journal and get up with the sun and watch a sunset. Like,
how do you cut through the noise though? Because like, we could go on for 2 hours about social media, but there's so much pressure on women to do things externally. So, and to take certain drugs to manage their bodies, and people must come to you and say like, can I just take a pill for this? You want me to actually change or repattern myself? Like, how do you deal with that?
lots of conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are many people I've worked with who just aren't there yet. Mm-hmm. But if they can take away a little bit of that while they continue to do the extremes that they're in, they're on their journey. Like, everyone comes at this at a different time in a different place. Like, if somebody wants to be, I've worked with people who are on different forms of injections and whatnot. Beautiful. That's a support to you.
Yes.
All the things we do are support, but you need to get sun. You need to move your body. You need to stay hydrated. You need to eat nutritional food. You'll have to do that. I could take all the pills and shots and supplements in the world, but if I'm not doing any of those things, nothing will work. So foundationally, and that's what I believe in, is the foundation of nutrition, of movement, of a few supplements, but things that our bodies are clearly missing.
Yes, yes.
A few, not a big whole bunch, handfuls of them, just a few. And then the lifestyle piece, the mindset piece, because really the lifestyle in which we're living, that busy, busy, go, 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 that's what's causing then all of the
But
stress.
what if you don't have a choice? Like, what if you know, like
You do have a choice.
You do. Okay, talk to me about that. What do you mean?
So you're busy, kids, work,
Stress, financial stress.
sure, get it. Been there, understand it. But you could take 3 breaths before you eat a meal. You could go to bed 5 minutes earlier instead of scrolling on your phone. Right? You could, but they seem so small.
Yes.
That's not enough to make a change. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, practicing it consistently over time.
Consistently, like, I have the foundation for you, but are you going to be consistent at it? Because if you do something for 5 days, 6 days, 2 weeks, 3 months, and then go back to what you were doing before, then that's not great. Now, if you've gone through and you've made some great changes and you're feeling better, and then you go out and you eat giant pasta bowls for days on end, and you don't move, and you're probably okay for about a week until your body starts to say, hey, remember me? And then you just get back to it because they were the habits and patterns you've been creating.
Not in perimenopause. You're not even going to be good that day. I have sat down and gained 10 pounds.
And you absolutely can't. But that's just inflammation and water.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And I think that as we get to be educated in that, and I especially think too in perimenopause, because so much stuff is happening. Estrogen is leaving, like everything. We're not sleeping, all of the things. But what if we could just be, okay, what do I need to know today? So, so estrogen, okay, get that. So I don't have as much of that anymore. Okay, so not sleeping. Oh, okay, not sleeping because maybe I'm skipping meals. Okay, got that. So what if I could sort of work around those things right now to support that? We just get to keep supporting ourselves as we keep learning, growing, healing, evolving,
yeah,
being more empowered in our own bodies.
What do you think about taking HRT?
Great if it's for you.
If it's for you.
Yeah, 100%. I think that you get to be educated on whether it's for you or not for you. Right? Every person some people have a fear around it. My 74-year-old mother, she's like, oh, we can't do that because, of course, back in the 70s, but a lot of things have been debunked now. But
Yes.
you get to educate yourself, not your neighbor telling you not to do it or to do it. So yeah, if you need it, absolutely go for it.
Well, I think also we shouldn't be driven by fear.
Yes.
And I think if we're afraid, let's ask the question. Asking the question doesn't mean that you act. Asking the question means that you get more information.
That's it.
And then depending on your body and what your body's experiencing and your practitioners, and I say practitioners because I think there's too much pressure on doctors. We think doctors should be able to give us every piece of information possible. The reality is they're not trained to really understand perimenopause, and so we have to build a team around us.
And that's where the community piece comes into it, right? Like in these years that I've been doing this, it's like I speak to doctors, I speak to nutritionists, I speak to I speak to everybody and so now I've got like, here's a word, Rolodex. I have like a Rolodex of amazing humans in my community that if you were to say to me, I want to talk to somebody about HRT, I'm like, okay, I've got like 2 really great people for you to talk to because the conversation is worth being had. But here's the thing. In perimenopause, you can work through your hormones with nutrition, with movement,
100%.
and with lifestyle changes. So all the things foundationally, again, because the HRT is the support to what you're already doing for your body.
Yes.
So
but here's the thing.
Yes.
I've worked with a number of women who take different medications and then they expect a transformation without making the changes consistently in their life. And so they're like, I'm still waking up. I still have joint pain. I still have poor libido. I still have, all these things. Like, what's going on? Why am I not being cured? And the issue is, it's not about being cured.
No.
It's about being alive and paying attention.
Yep.
And because of our schedules and we're under so much pressure, sometimes we don't have capacity to pay attention. And I think that's
the part.
Like, I think that's a huge piece for a lot of women.
That's it's right there. It's like perimenopause literally wakes you up to all the things what your body wants you to do to help it manage through menopause.
And survive. And
Yes.
to survive.
But we're so busy.
Yes.
In that, and then we're looking to all the outside sources, and we're watching social media, and we're doing TikTok and whatever. Somebody told me that everyone takes berberine because that's magically going to make you lose weight. It does not make you magically lose weight. When you start to take some walks and have good conversations with friends,
Yes.
and it doesn't have to be 24 hours of stress-free.
Yes.
Take one breath before you eat. Go to bed 5 minutes earlier.
What about love?
Oh
what
my
about the power of love?
Yes. We got to love ourselves. This is what I always say about body fat, because women are always like, oh, I've got this, my stomach, I'm so fat, I'm this and that. I'm like, would you ever talk like that to your child? Because we have millions of cells and they're all listening to us. And I understand, like, we might be like, oh, where did this body fat come from? Body fat, our bodies love us so much. They're just here to protect us. So when we're under stress, family, kids, eating, not eating, whatever the case is, and the body doesn't know now what to do with maybe said stress, said food that's coming in, it's going to be like, I want to protect your heart and your organs. So I'm going to take that fat and we're just going to stick it over here in your belly. Oh, I get it. You're still really stressed out. You don't have time for this right now. It's okay. I'm going to stick a little bit more of it in your back. It's okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Oh, okay. We're going to put some in your arms now. And maybe we're going to put some in your face, because we are protecting your body. When you know your body is loving on you so much, how can you not love it back?
That's a really powerful way to think about it, rather than this self-hating, which is, I remember before the pandemic, we were talking a lot about young women and how social media was impacting them and all these messages. But now I think we're all young women, being assaulted by this media or medium that says you should look a certain way. If you have fat, have it removed. Rather than, is there your fat actually in your belly has estrogen? It's producing estrogen. What? There's all this misinformation that makes loving yourself seem like that can't be real. That can't be the way.
Yeah. And I don't think people want to look at it that way. Once I looked at myself as pure love, things shifted. Listen, there are times when I'd be like, oh gosh, if I could, and I'm like, you're just protecting me. I get this. I get to keep doing the things that I'm doing. And it reminds me, as soon as something shifts in my body, whether it's my bowels, a breakout, start waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, okay, I'm missing something I've stopped doing, or I've missed a step, or what
I need something.
What do I have to do? What is she telling me right now? And so then you get to sort of take a moment and be like, okay, what am I missing? It was like, okay, well, the last couple of weeks I've been going to bed at 11 o'clock at night because I'm in the process of building out a new program. So, and that's okay in a moment in time. But then once it starts to show up, it's like, okay, so back I go, get to bed a little bit earlier, turning off the phone, because it doesn't have to be perfect. Right? We think, and so many women will say to me, well, I wasn't perfect today. Oh, no. Did you breathe? Yes. Okay. That's perfect.
Yes.
We get to make it simple.
But you know what? I like that you use the word perfect, because I think this is a challenge also.
It is.
And that perfectionism thing, that gremlin, that's been haunting people since they were in their teens. And then you get to this period of time in your life where you are socially the least perfect externally, right? And I always ask women, did you love yourself when you were a teenager? Did you love yourself in your 20s? Did you love yourself in your 30s? Did you love yourself in your 40s? Because if you didn't, you're not going to love yourself in your 50s.
Correct.
Right? And the thing that needs to be learned is to love yourself. It sounds woohoo, but we are woohoo. Love matters. Dopamine matters. Endorphins matter, right? Like,
Yeah. And a lot of those neurotransmitters
yes,
are in our gut. So if your gut is not optimal, you're sad. You don't, those endorphins aren't doing what they should be doing. Serotonin, GABA, like they're in our gut. And so when the gut is like a messy fishbowl, how can you expect everything else in your life to be perfect?
Can you talk to us about the relationship between your brain and your gut?
Yeah, the gut is your first brain. I like to say it's your first brain. It's really our second brain, but it is, just in very simple terms, when there's any sort of disruption in your gut, and many people won't know they have any disruption in their gut because they think that maybe I'm not bloated, or maybe I'm going to the bathroom, or I can eat all the dairy in the world and I'm fine. You know, we don't really understand it, but where you can start understanding it is if you have some brain fog, right? If you're not sleeping, it's probably because of your gut. Yeah, because when our gut when the liver isn't functioning, when we have a leaky gut, if we don't have enough stomach acid, if we're not able to absorb the nutrients that are coming into our body, you imagine we eat, it makes its way down, and then it just sort of ferments in our gut because we're not absorbing the food. And so if you did not eat for a week, what would happen? You'd have brain fog, you'd feel sad, you wouldn't be able to sleep. So that essentially is what begins to happen when we are not taking care of our gut health.
And there's a relationship between like
right from the tippy tip of the brain right down into the gut.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you find that women come to you because they have low libido?
Women come to me because they all want to lose weight.
They want to lose weight.
Yes.
That's the number one.
Shay, it's the number one. I have come at this gut health in so many different ways, but every single woman just wants to lose weight.
But are they having sex?
No, not having sex, because I make them fill out a really big form and neurotransmitters. And yeah, sexually, that's not happening either. All of the things that were happening before are no longer happening anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So do you ever, so after you talk about how they will lose weight, or if they, rebuilding their pattern, do you talk about or work with them around how all these other pieces can be impacted, like your libido? Because I hear a lot about women who are struggling with libido and sex, and and what's so actually exciting about sex is that
we need it.
Yes, we need it.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
But secondly, what's exciting, I can't get over, yes, we do need it. Secondly, what's exciting is that it's the big indicator of your health, of your health not being great, is if you don't feel like having sex.
Yeah, it's coming back to your gut. So every person who wants to lose weight, because that's what we think is wrong with us.
Yeah.
Is that we're fat or belly or whatever it is. That's what's in our brain.
Yes.
But when I talk to you and we go through, so it's not just weight, but now we're going to talk about your energy.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about your digestion. We're going to talk about 3 hormones, insulin resistance. We're going to talk about cortisol.
Yes.
Poor cortisol. Cortisol's just got the worst rap right now.
Cortisol's got the worst rap, but we need that thing so badly.
You and I would not have met this morning if we didn't have any cortisol. We'd still be in bed and Jim would be waiting for us. Where are those ladies? We get growth hormone. So what I'm saying is that when I get to work with you and you think, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose fat. I'm going to help you release body fat.
Yes.
Because we're going to work on your gut and your digestion. We're going to work on your movement. We're going to work on your mood. We're going to work on your sleep. We're going to work on those 6 things. Well, I mentioned 7, but really 6 things impact the one thing everyone's coming for, weight loss. Right? And so when we do all of those things and the body is safe, then body fat goes away, because it's like, oh, I've done my job. Oh, I see. You're taking better care of yourself now. I got you. I'm going to go away now. and I'm not going to come back.
But why is it that when we are so obsessed with weight, we're still getting bigger?
Stress.
One of the studies is, since 1972, we're in Canada, we're 3 times bigger than we were then. So we're obsessed with it, and yet we're still gaining it.
Right. And so then that could be, so first off, it's stress.
Yeah.
There's stress around it, and then probably some negative self-talk. But then we go to, okay, I'm not going to eat as much. So now instead of eating, women should be upwards of 2,000 calories a day. I'm going to eat 8 to 1,200 calories less than my child is eating. Or I'm just going to...
So you're starving yourself.
No, I'm starving myself. Stress. Or, you know what? I don't have time to prepare or pick up or get food, so I'm just going to stop by the Tim Hortons or Starbucks, and I'm going to pick the healthiest version, which then when you look at the ingredients, it's a better choice to have something than to not have something.
Yes.
But you've got to then look at it as like, well, what's the hidden ingredients? What's the inflammatory foods? So it's either we're overfed or we're underfed.
Where are you on the protein fiber?
Well, we need protein, we need fiber, we need carbohydrates, we need fat, we need all the macronutrients to make sure that this brain is working. And it's finding out what works for everybody. Like there's like a number, it's, sometimes it's 0.8, sometimes it's 1.25, sometimes it's whatever body weight you want to weigh. That's how much you should be eating in grams of protein. But the very first thing, before we even start to look at a macronutrient, is what does your day look like in terms of eating? Because I bet you don't know. So many times, even myself before I started doing this, it's like I eat healthy, I drink lots of water, and then when you actually go down and track, you're like, oh, look at that, I only drank 1 cup of water today. No wonder my brain has felt fuzzy all day. So we start, I get you to do some simple tracking, but write it down. Not I ate 4 ounces of protein. Is okay, fine. So now we know how you're eating. Okay, so now what's the next step? So could we have protein with each meal? Just maybe it's a protein shake, maybe it's a little bit of chicken. We don't have to weigh it. I just want you to start to build a plate foundationally so that when you go out to a restaurant, you could be like, I know foundationally what my plate should look like. I should have some protein. I should have some vegetable. I should have some carbohydrates.
But it's not about this number on the scale. It's about your functionality and how you are feeling.
Yes.
Right.
Foundationally, we get to come back to that part again, to relearn that in order to then best serve ourselves.
Where does weight training come into this for you?
Weight training is super important, especially for those of us for everybody. We always need to be doing this, but in perimenopause, menopause, menopause is one day. Post-menopause, for sure, everyone needs to be weight training, and you pick up what's heavy for you and then put it back down again, pick it up, put it back down, minimum 2 times a week. Minimum 2 times a week.
Listen, I will tell you, you know my story.
I see you at the gym. I see you there.
I see you too. That's been the game changer for me. Heavy weights cured insomnia. It made my pelvic floor stronger.
Yep.
It just, I get a hit as soon as I go to the gym. And, it's not about looking at other people and comparing yourself. Listen, when I never lifted weights, I was at least 20 pounds lighter than I am now. I'm telling the absolute truth.
Yeah.
But am I stronger now? Can I carry my own weight and someone else's weight? Yes, I can.
And that is what matters.
Yes.
When you are in your 70s and you're walking up the stairs, carrying your groceries, putting things away, bending down to pick things up, that's why we functionally pick up heavy stuff.
It matters now, for just enjoying yourself and going out and dancing and, just having love and life and being, awake.
Yeah. Endorphins, happy endorphins. That's how I look at life. Have a happy endorphin.
But the thing that I think has been really, I've been so curious about over the last few years is how weight training can be so transformational in the sense that it literally will change you. No, I'm not talking external. I know everyone's obsessed with what we look like, but in terms of how you feel, some cardio and some weight training, man,
Yeah, it's better for your joints. I always say it's like when we lift weights, when we go for walks, we do those things, we're like lubricating our joints, right? And like even from like in our days in yoga, like people are like, oh, my hands are sore, my knuckles are sore, like I can't do down dog. You have to do down dog.
Yeah.
Not for a long period of time, but we want the blood flow to do that, to flow to your body, to lubricate our joints.
It's interesting you brought that up because I actually think that a lot of women in perimenopause, and I'm talking about the women who, you know, are struggling with it for like 10 years before they actually have that one day where, you know, they no longer have their period. I think they're hurting themselves because of, and I'm saying this as a yoga teacher who's been around for 20 something years. I think they're hurting themselves not because of yoga, but because they have no muscle strength.
Correct.
And I think yoga students in their 40s and in their 50s need to be lifting weights. Listen, you're not going to become a meathead, quote. You're not going to be.
Wish.
I know. Listen, if I worked out as hard as I do now, 20 years ago, I mean, I would have been in competitions. Okay, seriously. But no, if you're doing yoga in your 50s, you need to be weightlifting because you need to build strength around your joints.
Yes, and I tell because I still in the capacity, I'm still teaching. I don't teach yoga now, but I teach bar, I teach Pilates. I'm teaching this new Legree fitness craze that I absolutely love. But all of it gets to be all of the things.
Yes.
Because people will be like, okay, so if I come and I do this Legree training, which is like a functional strength training.
Yeah.
Okay. How many days a week can I do that? I said, well, start with 2 days a week. Well, then I have to give up something. Okay, but we need to add some strength training. So even if it doesn't mean you're coming here to do this, then do some strength training at home, but you still get to do all of the things. Like when we retire, I always say your job in retirement is that now you just get to go and move your body more.
Oh, yeah.
That's your full-time job.
What's Legree?
Oh, boy. Legree. It is so fun. It is strength training, low impact, on a spring-based machine.
Oh, so this is why I think you were jumping. Is it jumping or?
No, it pretty much looks like a reformer.
Oh.
But they're different springs, different sort of exercise. So we all know what a lunge looks like, what a squat looks like. Like an exercise is an exercise. We can do it on many different forms or places. So this would be like, I will have you do a squat, and we're going to go into a squat to a count of 4, which really in counting terms is like 8 to 10 seconds moving into. So we're time under tension. So just like when we're weight training, you know, we're lifting and lowering, and sometimes we change the tempo. So we make it a little heavier, coming down slower. Same type of thing, but now we're on a spring-based machine. And I have women that come to my class that are in their 70s.
Fascinating.
And they're like, oh, I don't strength train. I'm like, okay, let's give this a try. And then because it's fun.
Yes.
And because it's a community and I don't feel scared going into a gym, which, you know, makes me sad that we feel scared going into a gym as a woman because really everyone's just there for the same thing, just to feel better.
Yes.
I mean, some people are definitely taking pictures of their biceps and all that kind of
Yes,
but good for them. That's wonderful self-confidence.
As long as they're not taking pictures of us, it's okay.
Exactly.
Give me 3 things, you know, to leave the audience with that you love, you won't do again, and you're going to do in the future.
Okay. I love community.
Yes.
I will never skip breakfast again, ever. Nor should anybody listening to this. And what will I do going forward? I will continue to do the things I'm doing now in my health, which looks like nutrition and movement and community. Like all of those things together, I get to do them now. I get to continue to do them and then bring along more people to be part of the community with me.
I love it. I love that we randomly run into each other.
It's like the best thing. It was just like we pick up where we left off.
Every time.
Every time.
For the last 12 years.
12 years. I love you.
I love you too. And then we discovered our mothers lived in the same building, 10 years ago. That was crazy.
That was crazy. And then we were going to go and work there too.
Yeah,
you built out the program there.
I had a yoga program there.
That's right.
Listen,
my
I love you.
mother-in-law went there, so thank you for
right.
that.
Oh my God, that's right. Whoa. Okay.
I know.
Anyways, I love you. I love that we are perimenopausing together.
Strongly perimenopausing and empowering ourselves and other people on this amazing journey.
Awesome, Holly Short. Thanks for being in the pod. I can't wait to have you back.
I love you, my friend.
I love you more.
Thank you.
My friends, thank you for joining me on Let's Talk, produced by Wise Mindly Inc. I hope today's conversation inspired you to take action, reflect, or embrace on a new way of thinking, on a new path. And if you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully you did, don't forget to subscribe, share, and even leave a review. Reviews matter. They allow us to do way more than we're doing now. Let's continue the journey of growth and well-being together. Until next time, I'm Coach Che Marville. Stay connected, stay curious, and let's keep talking.